I'm back, and I'm right side up this time. I didn't know, nobody told me, but thank you, all of you who watched the video, and those of you who commented, found it beneficial, and those of you who shared it. What I want to talk about today is what I call layaway. A few months back, I had a friend, very good friend of mine. I won't mention her name. She probably wouldn't care if I did, but I won't. She had been talking to a guy that she was interested in. And she had come to a place where they were talking on a regular basis. So they're talking pretty much every day and, for hours. And she liked the guy. And she told the guy, that she liked him. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I encourage that. If you're talking to somebody, you get to a place where you realize, you know what, I have interest in this person. Obviously, if you're talking every day, you're spending time talking to somebody, getting to know them, it's some level of interest. And she expressed that. And in turn, she's asking what his level of interest was. And dude was kind of not really, he was kind of, what word do I want to use? He was kind of avoiding the question. Giving her some kind of religious gobbledygook in some regard, when the Lord released me, or, some crazy, it's probably not his exact words, but he wouldn't come out and tell her that he was interested or he wasn't interested. I think he kind of tried to push the friendship thing. And it was like he kind of pushed the friendship with options. So, and I'm not talking about friends with benefits. He wasn't saying that. But it was kind of like renting with option to buy. So at this point, we friends, but it could become more. Well, she's already past that. And which is why she called me. She called me because she wanted to talk to me to find, so I can interpret this guy's behavior. What I call that is layaway. Because dude was getting what he wanted from the relationship. They're talking, and that's all they were doing, talking. He lived in another state, but still, even with talking, there's a certain danger because you're spending time, quality time, talking to somebody that you like, and you're sharing things, that things that you would not necessarily share with somebody that you don't have that level of interest in. Not that you're sharing deep, dark secrets and stuff like that, but the bottom line is there were feelings involved. She was interested in the guy. She already knew it. And at this point, she's trying to protect herself, which is wise. I would encourage that. She's trying to protect herself. She's asking, look, I like you. We're talking every day on a regular basis. And she's trying to find out, are we walking in the same direction? Do you have the same interest? Which really, she shouldn't have had to ask that. When a man's pursuing a woman should not be left trying to decide whether you like her or not, because basically she's vulnerable. Her feelings are exposed. She's told the guy, look, not that she should have kept them to herself, because what's the point? Even if she hadn't told him that, she's still not shielded from being hurt because she's already there. She already has those feelings. So she goes and does what she should not have had to do and tell this guy, look, I'm interested. We're talking every day. Where are we going with this? And dude, doing layaway. Now, we friends. No, we're not friends when you want to call me and talk to me hours on end and, kind of have certain, it's like you put her in a certain category in one sense because, you want to spend time with her, when you're in town, things like that. And then you're talking regularly. I have friends too. Male, females, I have both. With my female friends, even before I got married, I'm not talking to you every day, all day. I talk to them, things like that, but I'm saying it's different. Our relationship was clearly different. There should be a distinction between your friends and somebody that you have an interest in beyond friendship. And when you're talking to somebody, and as I'm saying in this case, and dude can't come out and tell you what his interests are, that's layaway. And no woman should allow herself to be put in layaway, because what happens when you go along with that, and I've seen it where one of my friends I was talking to, where we were catching up, and we were talking about, just catching up. You catch up with folks. Are you dating somebody? Who you dating? You're not dating, or what? All that kind of stuff. What happened with the last relationship? You're finding out people's current vitals. And I remember talking to her, and she was kind of seeing somebody, or let me say it this way: there was a guy that she was telling me about that obviously she was involved with, and I think I asked her. I don't know if I asked her was it her boyfriend or not, or she just told me. She didn't know whether he was her man or not. But during the time we were talking, she was washing his clothes. And I'm thinking, how you washing a man's clothes? Which means if you're washing his clothes, he obviously has spent the night at your house, because a house is his clothes at your house for you to be washing them. And you don't even know what your status is. You don't even know if this is your man or not. That's insane. That's insane. So my point is, ladies, when you're dating, first of all, you shouldn't have to do what I'm telling you to do. You should not. A man should tell you what his interest is out the gate. He should be telling you, look, I'm interested in you, and the reason why I'm interested in you is because of this. And then he should be telling you who he is and giving you reasons why he's worth your time. That's what a man should be doing. So I don't want you to hear me telling you that when I'm saying what you should do, the reason I'm telling you what you should do is to protect you in the event that you come across a guy and he ain't doing this stuff. And I'm saying you give him the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes, whatever, maybe dude's slipping, whatever. You give him the benefit of the doubt where he has not stated what his interest is. Obviously, he has some interest because he's talking to you, but you decide, and this really, I would say, as far as it should go, is you're asking him what his interest is. You shouldn't have to, but I'm telling you, when you do that, because you should know so that you can protect yourself, and so you're not wasting your time. Because if a man is approaching you, he has some interest, and you should know what that is. But what you should not do is be putting in layaway, where you're meeting some guy's needs, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whatever it is, and it's somebody that you have an interest in, and he does not share the same interest. Because what ends up happening sometimes, I wrote about this too, is that you're dating somebody, but he ain't dating you. He considers you just y'all kicking it, friends or whatever, and you think that it's something other than what it is. Nobody wants to be in that type of situation, because then that's how people get hurt. You find out, oh, okay, I thought this was something that it wasn't, which takes me back to where we started, which is what my friend was doing. She was trying to make sure she's on the same page. And dude was playing layaway. So the whole point of this, don't allow any guy to put you in layaway. Most stores don't even have layaway anymore. I hate it because I like layaway, but that's another story. Most stores don't allow layaway. If he's not ready to date with the intent of dating with a purpose, where you're trying to move forward to, because you're dating because you want to get married and you're looking for your level of compatibility, and he's not on that same page, then it's a waste of your time. And you don't need to be in that situation. That's what it is. You should be on the same page. So if you're dating, like I recommend, with a purpose, and that purpose is You're trying to find out whether or not you and this person are compatible so you can move forward and ultimately get married. If that person is dating for another reason, that's fine. Then they need to be dating somebody that has the same goals that they do. And what does not need to happen is you do not need to be somebody's layaway item that, first of all, they're not going to even redeem. They're just going to come back and get their money off you after a while. Keep putting a little bit here and there, and then eventually come and get their money off and put that product right back on the shelf. You don't want to be that person. All right? That's what I got for you today. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Facebook here, Instagram, Twitter, and I also have a YouTube channel. All right? Have a great day, folks. Thanks again for watching.